Hey everyone, it's Sabrina.
And I'm Staci.
And we are
Homeschooled by Two Chicks.
This podcast is brought to you by Vitali Inspection Services.
In our podcast, we are going to be educating and entertaining our listeners with topics such as
local businesses, real estate agents. We'll be discussing topics such as charities and the charity that was founded by Carlo Vitali, as well as talking to our inspectors and the gadgets that they use.
Did you hear that? It's Inspector Vitali and his crew. It must be time for another home inspection. I'm sure they'll check your chimney too. Look at oil tanks and radon levels. Gotta check sewer lines are clear. Termites and pesky bugs, beware. Inspector Vitali and his crew will be there.
Hi, we are here today with AJ. And how do you say your last name, AJ?
Mostrangelli. How are you, girls? Good to see you.
Hi, how are you?
So I am Sabrina.
And I'm Staci.
And we're homeschooled by Two Chicks. And we are going to be getting homeschooled a little bit today by AJ, who has some interesting hobby outside of his real estate career. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself, AJ. Are you from the area? Where do you work right now as an agent?
So I am born and raised Hamilton Township, New Jersey. I am a very, very happy agent with Keller Williams Premier in Robbinsville. Hamilton, Robbinsville, kind of always the same, not the same thing per guard, but, you know, very close to each other. So I've been here my whole life. I love living here. I love working in real estate here. I love working with the community here. And, you know, I'm just happy that I can have a platform here to express all that right now.
That's great. And we definitely know how you're doing very well in the area. And how do you feel the market's doing right now?
Well, I mean, you know, you can always hear it from, I've only been, as a young guy, I hear it a lot from people, and they say that people who've been working in real estate for a long time now, they've been saying how it's the most interesting market that I'll probably ever see in my career as of right now. And, you know, I have a lot of optimism for certain reasons that a lot of people may be a little bit more pessimistic than usual, but I enjoy where we're heading because my main source of market is first-time home buyers is what I work a lot with. And that's what I've done. And I'm really hoping that we can see a shift in the scales here to more favor my first-time home buyers and get them in. So as far as my overall opinion on the market right now, all I can say is that it's crazy. If you have something to sell and somewhere to go, you should get rid of it now and call me to do so, because it would be very easy if you have something that you've been sitting on and nobody has told you what's going on in the outside world. Now would be the time. And hopefully, you know, we can see that change and give everybody a turn right now. That's all I can say.
That's great.
AJ, how did you get started in real estate?
So I went to Mercer County Community College from 2012 to 2015, and I actually majored in music composition. I actually was writing music, you know, in a theory level basis with my fabulous Professor Jim Kelly over at Mercer County, and Elizabeth Rasna. They were phenomenal people. And getting out, I did a lot of that more as a hobby. And the more I started working in music as a hobby, it kind of came out of the hobby, and I didn't really start to enjoy it as much. So I was sitting with my dad, and we were talking about it. And a friend of his who worked for Remax at the time, you guys might be familiar with Anna Marie and Joey Radis, who were very good friends of mine. Yes. You know, told me, why don't you go take the test and you know, you could work with us. And you know, I was like, sure, absolutely. So I went and I took the test, and Joey, who was a really good friend of mine, helped me through that all, and ended up working for them and getting started over at Remax. Phenomenal office, great people. And I really enjoyed, you know, getting to learn that business. But immediately, once you were taught how, you know, great someone like me could integrate into a business like that, that's when I was, you know, really kind of just gun ho on it. And then, you know, I'm not in real estate. You know, you do a couple deals, you close a little bit at 21 years old. It's, you know, it's very intriguing to say the least when it comes to the money aspect of it. So,
and we also know that based on what you just told us about what you did for schooling, that you do still have a love and a passion for that music, and do you not have a little bit of a hobby that you do outside of your real estate life?
Yeah, so I am actually, I DJ a lot for my buddy Alex Nebbia over at DJ Neb's Entertainment. I have been DJing for about 10 years. I've been with a couple businesses, but me and Alex have really got a solid game plan out now. And, you know, it's really good to be back in it. Like when I was last night, we all went to Quo Social and we had Kim D there and everybody was hanging out and we had a great time. Really kicking things off in a hopefully what we would hope would be a post-COVID world, what we're hoping for, you know, because you talk about being a DJ. I've been DJing for 10 years and you go back to 2020. That was quite an interesting take on life from not just me, but every DJ I know not knowing exactly where to go. So to have a night like we had last night was phenomenal. It was great to feel that. So it was great.
You guys were awesome last night.
We were there and very much enjoyed the entertainment aspect of it, right?
Yeah,
thank you.
And
thank you so
we
much.
look forward to more of that. And I believe that when people are in those situations, there is that hope for that post-COVID world to come back. Because I mean, Staci and I, we're huge lovers of music and dancing, and I know people miss that. So thank you for doing that, because that's it's so
it was
needed
my pleasure.
Right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Last night brought me back.
We can't wait to see you there more, because that'll be a really cool thing to have you so local and a place to go that we can actually like really enjoy it. So that's great.
We look forward to it. Yes.
Awesome.
And before we let you go, we just wanted to know, what was the most interesting thing you have seen on a home inspection?
The most interesting thing I've seen on a home inspection. I once had somebody DIY their sewer line.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, please, please elaborate.
So the previous owners of the house decided to repitch their sewer line on their own. And they actually, and this is, I'm going to explain in detail because people who aren't too savvy technical won't understand what that means. They decided to pitch it towards the house instead of away from the house.
Oh no!
Out into the street. So Jared and me were there. This is a good one, and we're going through it and we're looking, and you know, we just go, oh, this entire sewer line's underwater. I'm like, what do you mean it's underwater? It's like, it's just holding. And then the guy was like, yeah, I did that myself. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And then we're like, no, it's not. It all got handled out. They were very nice people. My buyers are very nice people, everything. And that's always my message to people. And with good people, everything's fixable. But I have to say, you know, DIY projects in a world with, you know, millennial home buyers and DIY this, DIY that, there's some things you should always leave to the professionals, and your sewer line is one of them.
Well, that brings me to that's a great topic that you just brought up too. And you worked with our lead inspector, Jared Martinez, right?
Yes, who's phenomenal. He's great.
Isn't he phenomenal? And how important it is for people to do sewer line inspections. And I don't think they realize how much trouble can be underground sometimes.
Of course, if you can't see it, it's called a latent defect. We call it in the business. And a latent defect is something you can't see with your own eyes. So if, you know, there's a lot of people out there who don't even understand, especially first-time home buyers, who's going to guide them into stuff, who's going to let them know of all the different things that, even if there's nothing wrong with it, at least you checked. You know what I mean? Not just sewer line, but a lot of other things.
Like an insurance policy, right? Just make sure you got yourself covered, and having agents like you out there that give them the advice that they need, that's really important, so that the buyers know that they should really be able to trust an agent like you. So that's really, really great that you're giving them the information that they need.
For sure.
And so when are we going to see you back out in Quo Social or back out in the public doing some DJing?
Well, me and Alex were talking about it last night, and hopefully very soon we're going to chat with Staci. We're going to chat with Dan over there, and we're going to set something up and you know, get something hopefully on a regular basis, which we both think is very possible.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much for your time. We know you're a very busy agent and DJ, so thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you out and about.
Thanks,
Great.
AJ.
Thank you, ladies. You're doing such a great job. Shout out to you. I can't wait for this to come up. Great job to everything you're doing. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank
AJ,
you.
we'll talk to you soon.
Hey everyone, so our Vitali tidbit today is another quote, and it is give yourself permission to live a big life. Step into who you are meant to be. Stop playing small. You're meant for greater things. Hope that gives you all a little inspiration and continue to keep on keeping on.